we head into a game with a much lower total, 38.5 for the Titans and Bucks. The Titans have kind of teetered around this +1 range all week, where they're now +1.5 on some books, or +1 depending on where you get it. And you can also get the total at 39.5 in some spots too. But everyone's slamming the over in this game. I don't know why. I don't know why. This game is going to be low scoring. I think Will Levis still needs to figure it out from a actual, like, I think don't get me wrong. I think he looks good, but they actually he needs to score more. Because like he had like 220 yards, no touchdowns last week. And I don't think it's going to be much easier doing that against the Bucks. I also think the Titans are stepping up a bit in form. They started to sell on some of their guys on defense, but they've been doing well, like kind of keeping low scores for their opponents lately. They're not getting blown out ever. I think too, like them naming Will Levis the starter says like we're not going to mail it in. We're actually going to give this thing a go. But like they only let the Steelers score 16, allowed 23 to the Falcons, allowed 24 to the Ravens, allowed 23 to the Colts. Actually, that is kind of a lot of points. So I do lean the under here. What do you think about this game?
One of the uglier ones of the slate. I always want to say that I love Vrabel as a dog. However, I don't love him as a dog away. I do lean the Titans here because I think there is I think the Titans are trending upwards, and you see flashes with Will Levis. However, against a defense like the Steelers on such a short week, it's really tough for a rookie quarterback for him to go in there and score points against a team like that. Now you've got extended rest, and you've got a Bucs defense whose secondary is abysmal. I think they're getting Vita Vea back, which is big, but the Bucs secondary is not good. And DeAndre Hopkins is going to eat, because you saw in the first Will Levis game where he was able to find DeAndre Hopkins and utilize him the way he hasn't been utilized since it feels like he was at like the Texans, and he scored 2 or 3 touchdowns. So if we get that version of Will Levis and this Titans offense, and then Derrick Henry gets going, I think they're just the better team than the Bucs. However, and I say that because I think the Bucs are also trending downward. Like I liked them at the beginning of the year, but it seems like teams are figuring them out, and they've got too many injuries. Their go-to is just throw the ball to Mike Evans and hope we can win games. Like Baker is getting eaten alive behind the Bucs offensive line. So
the Bucs been out on Baker for years now too. Like I'm surprised that it took this long. Like he was horrible on the Rams last year when he signed with them, and obviously he was so bad on the Panthers that they ended up cutting him. So I think it was a matter of time, but who knows? I mean, I said it at the beginning of the year too, like when they looked good, this is by far the best like arsenal of weapons that he's had for an offense with the Bucs. Like he has so many weapons at his disposal to throw the ball to. So I agree, they're trending down, they're not looking great, but at the same time, like if they're going to bounce back, this would be the game to do it, because the Titans are not very good.
Yeah, I agree, but I think there's a lot of more motivation from this Titans team than there is from the Bucs team. You know, you've got a new quarterback, new offense, really, and
they're definitely revitalized.
Yeah, I'd much rather back Vrabel, even though it's away, versus Todd Bowles, who is really not a great ATS coach. The Bucs have lost 4 straight games, and that's after a loss for Todd Bowles, he's 18-33 in the straight up, which is just abysmal. So the last thing I'll say is the Titans opened as favorites and are now dogs. And when teams open up as dogs and become favorites, we talked about it before, it's historically pretty bad. 45-84 ATS since 2019. So that begs us to back the Titans. And again, 52% of the bets on the Titans, 69% of the money, split public-wise, but a larger sharp differential towards the Titans. I lean Titans. I wouldn't say I love it. Maybe a teaser spot for me on Sunday for sure.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't mind a teaser on such a low total there. Got to get one in the hook, though. Got to get one in the hook if you're doing it.
Got it. Yeah, absolutely. As always, this is Sharpen the Public. We talk about public betting trends and recap every game and preview every game for every week in the NFL. It's been fun, and we're continuing to do pretty well. So thanks for hanging out with us. As always, I'm Andy. I'm Deej. I can't believe I said that.
I'm Deej. This is Andy.
DJH Sports on Twitter. You can follow at Andy HHH Sports on Twitter. We have a website as well, happyhoursports.net. You can check that out as well. We've got plenty of information, bets, and all of the plays that we make on the article side of things, website side of things, whatever you want to call it. So check out those if you're watching on YouTube, and the links in the description now. But yeah.
Be sure to just give us a like or a sub on YouTube. That goes a long way to help us out. We've got a ton of stuff on YouTube now with DJ putting videos out for this podcast, putting videos out for each NFL game, as well as we're doing the new and improved UFC podcast, Pilsners and Prelims, where Rick and I preview every single fight for every UFC card. And we have UFC 295 going down in Madison Square Garden this weekend. It's going to be awesome. No John Jones, which sucks. But honestly, the 2 title fights that we have are going to still be really good. So check that out. Give us a sub, a like, any comments and stuff. Like, I love having a little commentary and a little banter on there. So feel free, guys. We'd love to interact with y'all as much as we can. And yeah, got to give the YouTube plug there, man. I really think that we are putting out some solid content for people to indulge themselves in on YouTube.
Absolutely. Nothing quite like it. So yeah, thanks for everything at Happy Hour Sports. But we'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday when we hopefully, cash in all our tickets.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you, probably not me, but we'll see.
But anyway.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. The boys bet better with beer.